Hello. Hello, hello. I think I'm getting there. Still look as though I'm in the gathering gloom, don't I? Never mind, I'm sure you'll manage. Hi, Nathan. I've got me coffee. Got me coffee. Hi, Sandra. How are you doing? Have you all got your crafting? Hi, Chris. Hi, Trudy. How am I? Fed up of getting wet. Apart from that, I'm all right, yeah. Hi, Esther. The weather is treating me to many, many wet days and showers. That's what the weather's treating me to. Let's just say I'm getting a little bit fed up of getting wet through, right through to my underwear. I'm hoping to get a different scooter because my scooter broke down. I think I told you that, didn't I? Or did I? No, I don't know. Anyway, on Monday I went to knit club and coming back I got stuck in a hump of sand. Where I live, it gets a bit windy and it blows the sand up onto the seafront. And there was this sort of hump of sand, and I thought I can get through there, but no, scooter stopped in the middle of it. Anyway, a couple going past were very kindly, giving me out of it. But after that, the scooter was a bit iffy. It kept breaking down. I would get it going, and then what was worse was it was going on its own, without me using the accelerator pedals. It was just going on its own. And this poor lady, she was walking her dog, and she wasn't amused when I'm going, Minnie, move, I can't stop. And she's giving me that look, reserved for, a fool on a scooter, And then what made it worse was I went to the co-op to get some milk because we'd run out of milk. And instead of gliding gently to a halt outside the co-op, no, I cannoned into the litter bin, which made everybody go, whoa, daft old bat on a scooter, yeah. So I rang up the scooter people and they came and collected it. And I've not heard back from them. And I said, look, I'm getting a bit about this scooter business. Because apparently, when the wheel sheared off my scooter, I wasn't the only one. They had to recall hundreds of the damn things with the same batch number on them. They had to recall them. Apparently the axle had been put on wrong with the wrong kind of metal. So it had metal fatigue, and I wasn't the only one who lost a wheel, apparently. One lady nearly fell off a curb into the path of a tram. So, you can understand why I'm a bit iffy about having that scooter back again, yeah. So I said, I think I've lost faith in that scooter. I want one with a canopy. Anyway, I did get my lovely scooter man who I've had for about the last 10, 12 years. The last two times it's been some youngster that's come and he couldn't care less, But I got me Wayne back. Anyway, Wayne's got to see what I can do for you. See what I can do, yeah. I don't know yet, Nathan. I'm still waiting for the phone call. I don't want to push him on that because he's been my go-to man for about 10, 12 years, yeah. So if he can wing it for me, if he can wangle it that I can have a different scooter with a canopy, he will, yeah. I've got 12 months left on my contract. You see, you sign a contract for 3 years and you've got to sort of go to the end of your 3 years before you can change things. But I'm sure Wayne will sort it out for me, yeah. Right, hi Esther. Hi Jude. Yes, I've been drowned in the rain. And it's not fun on a scooter, believe me. It goes into your face. And you don't need that exfoliation because when you go down the seafront and it's windy, the sand's hitting you in the side of your face or it's hitting you in the face. So you come back with your face stinging because it's been with little grains of sand. So it isn't funny having the scooter on the seafront. It's not funny. I was explaining all this to Wayne and he said, yeah, I can see why. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens next. Fingers crossed, yeah. So how have you all been? Yeah, how have you all been? Better than me, I hope. Because when my scooter gets wet, it soaks into the stitching on the seat. So every time you sit on it after that, the water kind of comes up if it's not had a chance to dry out. So you get a damp bottom. Even though it might not be raining, you've got a damp bottom, yeah, because it's... So I really want a canopy. I'm fed up, yeah. Oh, I don't bare my legs. No, Chris, no. Don't bare my legs. Anyway, those of you who were disappointed that I didn't do a video about Yarndale, I found a wonderful one that somebody had done. Now, she must have gone on the Saturday because, A, there wasn't as many people there on her video. You could see people, you know, I mean, I was like crammed like a sardine. I couldn't see anything, either left or right, because I was on my little scooter. So she's got this wonderful video, and also there was a marching band walking up and down, going do 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 do. So she must have been there on the Saturday, yeah. Yeah, swap the seat. I have to do with a puddle. Yeah, my friend's got a waterproof type car seat cover, which I thought, well, I'll get one, and I thought, no, I'll hang on first and see whether or not I get a canopy. So we'll see how we go. We'll see. Fingers crossed for me, everybody, that I get a new scooter with a canopy. Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, I went to Yarndale, and yes, I was impressed in a lot of ways, but no, I wasn't impressed because it wasn't disabled friendly at all. I knew it was in a cattle market. I knew it was held in there. If you watch this lady's video, you'll see it all in detail, what it's like. But it was very, very rutted, yeah. And as I'm going along on a little tiny folding scooter with no suspension and little wheels, it was kind of like wacky races, really. It was like, you felt like going as you were going along. And I was passing people going the other way with wheelchairs and scooters and that. It must have been Wheelchair Sunday or something. And they were all saying the same thing. Oh, it's terrible. Yeah. Yeah, Linda Simpson, I met her, Chris. I actually met Linda. I met her on this stall where I bought these patterns. Vicky Brown, she was called. Lovely, lovely lady. She was, lovely lady. So was Linda. And this lady was buying some lovely hand-dyed, like lilac-y, purpley wool. And I thought, oh, that's pretty, that. And then this little voice went, it's Jan, isn't it? And I'm going, it's me, it's Linda. I mean, people look different when they're not on a video, yeah. So I'm surprised she recognised me. It's probably because the giveaway was me sitting in the scooter, wasn't it? You know, let's face it, there's not many people that, you know, on YouTube in a scooter, yeah. Anyway, it was Linda that was buying this gorgeous lilac wool. And if you watch her video, which I did do, she also didn't make a video at Yarndale for very similar reasons. And it was packed, absolutely packed. You were like fighting your way through people. And being on a scooter, you're getting whacked in the face with everybody's handbag as you're going along, you know. And they're putting their elbows in your face. And you're invisible. I was talking to a guy in a wheelchair and he said, we're not here, are we? You know, we're not here. They don't see us. And you feel like, you know, going, I'm coming through, make way. Because they honestly, they do. They elbow you in the face when you're going by. And then every time I got to anywhere where I might have wanted to kind of look at something, there was a big gully. If you look at this lady's video, I put it on Facebook, I put it on our page, our Saturday night page, I put it on there, I put it on my Urban Gypsy page, it's on 3 places, so you can't miss it. It's a lady called Kerry, she made this lovely video. But there's a gully like that. So you couldn't go in with your scooter, you'd have to go down and up this gully. I mean, a friend of mine, she is in a wheelchair, And her husband was like pushing her in this wheelchair. And the only way she could get in these was he had to turn around and he had to take her in backwards, because that was the only way he could get her in. Oh, stop it giving me these. It's, I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, when you go, it's going to be in a cattle market. You know that. And you know it's going to be on uneven surface to stop the animals slipping, sliding. You know there's going to be gullies because they have to swish everything down, don't they? You know, it's like with cattle and sheep and everything. They have to swish it all down, don't they? I mean, I will say this, it was beautifully clean. There wasn't a whiff of anything in the air, you know what I mean? But the pens, I suppose, they were probably very expensive. So a lot of people had only rented one little space, yeah? So I couldn't get in. I would have had to get off my scooter to walk in. And my scooter's tiny, so I had to have my knees bent all the time. I couldn't stretch them out like I do on the big scooter. So by the time I'd done a little bit, my knees, they were like vibrating, you know, it's vibrating, which doesn't help me back and doesn't help me knees, yeah. I mean, my spinal problem, I don't know if I've gone into it before on here. I hate being medically, but I've got osteoporosis and ankylosing spondylitis, which basically means my spine is kaput. All the discs between my spine are disappearing. So I'm bone on bone, yeah. It's not too bad when I'm walking, but when I'm in a scooter, it's like vibrating me bone on bone as I'm going along like that. On my big scooter, it's fine. I've got good suspension and everything is great, yeah. But when you're on the little scooter, it's like bone on bone on bone. And it's the same with my knees. I've had a replacement knee. In fact, it was 12 years ago, yesterday, I think. No, the day before, since I had my knee done. And yeah. So, drop curbs. Oh my God, yeah. But the gullies are as bad. I mean, they're just like I don't know, you know what a gully is, like a gutter. It goes down like that and up. It's where they swill the water down and it eventually gets to some drain or other. But it's a nightmare with a scooter. Because if you get one wheel down, it can tip you straight over, yeah? So although I enjoyed it in lots of ways, I got to the stage where I wanted to go home. I really wanted to go home. And I kept passing a friend of mine who had a wheeler. And she kept saying, is it time to go home? Yeah, is it time to go home? I'm sick of walk. I'm sick. And after a bit, all the colours of all the yarn were merging into one. And in that fact, that lady on that video that I put up, she says the same thing. And she was able-bodied. She was walking round. And she said, they all start merging into one. You start off thinking, oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's lovely. I'll go around and I'll look round before I decide to buy anything. And she didn't finish up buying an awful lot because I didn't either, because I just got so overwhelmed. I just wanted to go home again. I was a little bit late. Come on, Kaz. I was only about 3 minutes late, yeah. Hi, Connie. Hi, Munchkin. Heaven. Hi, whoever I've missed. Ooh. So I've not been right all week, really. My back's hurt, my knees hurt. Yeah. So last night I didn't get a lot of sleep because my back decided to really hurt me, and my hip was. I've got a bad hip as well. I need a replacement hip. I forgot that bit. Well, we're on the subject of all my ailments. We might as well get them all out in the open. I need a replacement hip, which I've put off, and I don't want the operation. Daft, I know. I'm in pain all the time with it, but I don't want the op. I don't want the 6 months rehabilitation. I don't want on the damp weather. You are right. When it rains, like it's been raining this last week, my bones just go, oh! My arthritis loves the damp and loves the cold. We're talking about the cold. I've got to see my fires. My fire is not taking hold tonight. It's just simmering and going out. Oh dear. It's just not behaving itself tonight. this fire. It won't catch. It's glowing, but it's not roaring up. I don't know whether the wood's a bit damp or what, but it's, there you go. Look what I'm wearing. Ooh. I'm trying to coordinate the green with the green of the jacket and the red with the red of my dress. I'm trying to be coordinated. You'll have to forgive me if I'm not. The cotton from eBay. No, I haven't, Kaz. Yeah. It is now. I've got it here, actually. It is very nice. It's recycled, so it's not as soft as it might be. It's 80% recycled cotton, 20% other fibres. It was 100 grams, so I was quite thrilled with it, really. I mean, what can you get 100 grams of almost all cotton for £1, you know? I think it cost me £10 and 5p for 10 balls. I was very lucky, nobody else bid on it. So I haven't really decided what to do. As I said before, washcloths do not sell in the UK. Towel toppers, people have hysterics when I mention tea towel toppers. Everybody goes, what the heck are them? Why would we want one? Yeah. So who have we got? Oh, hi, Jeannie. I'd probably trip over a mat in my bedroom, to be quite honest. My bedroom is all purple. It's got purple jazzy wallpaper. If it was tidy, I'd do a video, but it's never tidy because it's not big enough. It's always got stuff everywhere because it's too small. My carpet's purple. My bedspread is like aubergines in patchwork colours. And yeah, my wall's all like the stars at night. It's all like purple and whatever. It's meant to be like the cosmos. Yeah. Do you know, Kaz, there were some lovely wall hangings. That's what I actually did see. There must have been a gap. But they were woven. But, oh, they were so nice, yeah. And if you look on this other lady's video, you'll see they had Shrek. He was massive. It had been done like a community thing, you know, like they've been doing these toppers for post boxes and that. This was a massive, massive, big Shrek. And, you know, that lady that is with the what sits on her head. Oh, gosh. I don't know what she was called. I haven't watched it. Fiona, that's it, yeah. Big one of Fiona. And then there was a children's corner, which, again, that lady took a picture of, with like a great big dragon. He was all in that plushy stuff. He was lovely, yeah. I mean, I remember actually more the things like that because I could actually see them because I suppose many people weren't crushing in to see them. There was some gorgeous Fair Isle, if you're a knitter. Beautiful things in Fair Isle. It seemed to be the topic, really, of the whole Yarndale. Everything was Fair Isle. In fact, I passed 4 ladies wearing the same hat. And I said, oh, is that so you can spot each other in the crowd? And they went, oh, yeah, we've done it deliberately. They all had the same colour work Fair Isle hats on. Beautifully made. I mean, everything was beautiful, but it was very knitting heavy. Everything was, you would have loved it, Kaz. Absolutely, you would have loved it. You wouldn't have loved the prices, but you would have loved it. You know, everything was geared to knitters, that's all I will say. And yet everybody walking around, well, not everybody, a good 60 or 70% of the people walking around on the Sunday were wearing crochet garments. Shawls they were wearing, or sweaters, ponchos, everything. Crochet. And I'm like, well, where's the crochet here? Apart from, you know, this Vicky Brown was all crochet. All her stuff was crochet. And then there was that other lady, that Janie Crow. I think I showed you the book in my video, didn't I? Where it's fantastic throws, blankets, intricate granny squares. that I have no patience to do. I will put my hand up. I have no patience to do them. You know, when you've got about 20 colours in one little square, you know. Beautiful. And they were beautiful to look at. So there was that. With other stalls had one thing that was crochet, maybe one. But I think there was three stalls that I remember that were crochet. Admittedly, whatever he was called, not Shrek, whatever, he was crocheted, yeah. Oh, we went on a coach. It was organised by a lady who used to have a wool shop. Now she's sold the wool shop, so she won't be organising anymore. So I won't be probably going to anymore. I don't think I would go to anymore. I mean, my friend in the wheelchair, the one who struggled all the way around, she's actually going to the NEC in Birmingham, but it's a knitting and stitching. Now, the last time I went to one of those, it was very heavy on the sewing and not much on the crochet, or no, zero really on the crochet. You know, as usual, we are second-class citizens, you know. Oh, you crochet. Mm-hmm. But, you know, I said before in my video, the yarn dyers are really silly because we use more wool. We crochet quicker, we use more. They're daft. They should court us. They should say, you know, come, buy more wool because you're a crocheter. Look at this beautiful shawl. They should try and court us, you know. But they don't. Yeah. Hi, Ethan. Hi, Amanda. Yeah, they should. If I was in business still, and if I was hand dyeing or selling any wool, I'd be there with the crocheters, because there were so many people walking around who obviously majority crocheted. Yeah, they were knitters. But I have to say, yeah, we got loads of rain. Yeah, I have to say that people were not walking around with big bagfuls as in past. Bear in mind, it's been a while since there's been any because of COVID and that. People, that's Tracy answering me. Tracy from Crochet Rocks. Lovely lady, you need to watch her. She sells wool as well. and crochet, and knitted needles and crochet hooks. So give her a plug. Oops, up for Crochet Rocks. What was I saying about? Yeah, lost me train of thought. Anyway, like I said, if I was in business now, I would be courting people. Yeah, I would. Anyway, I have been crocheting. I've been crocheting these, you know, these cakes I bought. My friend's, she's just made a lovely one. I should have took a photograph of it. Because she's doing the stall with me. So we're kind of like sharing, you know, the projects and stuff like that. So she's done a couple of shawls. And the green one was absolutely gorgeous, yeah. The Poundland yarn isn't 3 for 2. I go on eBay. I can't be dealing with Poundland and all them places and battling my way in, because I have to walk. I can't take my scooter in. So I have to walk in there, like clinging onto my trolley like some old biddy. So, you know, I'm not very fond of going up and down aisles looking for stuff. I tend to buy online because it gets delivered to the door. But having said that, the post's on strike, isn't it? I was waiting for yeah, you want to watch her, Chris? She's lovely. She's absolutely lovely. And she does dieting as well. She's got like 3 different channels. She's got Hobby Rocks, she's got Dieting Rocks, and she's got her ordinary Crochet Rocks, yeah. Oh, and she's got one that she's doing up a caravan and turning it into a she shed, yeah. So I like watching her. I really do. And I also watch a lovely lady, again in England. She's a knitter mostly, but she does crochet. It's called Not Enough Yarn. She's called Leslie. And she always starts it off saying, hello, my lovelies. Yeah, she's got 3 other channels. If you click underneath Crochet Rocks, she's got where it says channels. Click on that, and she's got 3 channels. She's got hobby rocks and diet rocks, which she started doing because she's doing that Slimming World stuff, yeah. And then she's got another one where she does like everyday things that don't involve her crafting. It's like when she's doing up this caravan and she's turning it into a she shed, yeah. Well, she isn't, she and her husband. Yeah, so yeah. I've known this sort of on and off for a long time, but I've only got more friendly with. Oh, you need to look at her other channels as well, Kaz. She's got another 3 channels, yeah. And as I say, there's not quite enough yarn. I think she's called. She's called Leslie. I love watching her because she's so funny. Yeah, she is so funny. She goes, "Hello, my lovelies," when she starts off. Yeah. And I also like watching Linda Simpson, the lady I met. She's a very nice lady as well. Very, very nice lady I met. Yeah. But a lot of, I know I sound as though I'm very, very, I don't know. What's the word? It's not racist because that's different things, isn't it? I watch more UK channels, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Yeah, Linda is a lovely lady. She's bought some lovely yarn. If you're interested, yeah, I'm very prejudiced. The reason I'm prejudiced, Kaz, is because they do yarn hauls, and they're all, oh, I've been in Michael's, I've been in Hobby Lobby, I've been in here, and you're thinking, it's all wool. If you like it, you can't get it. Yeah. So I sort of gone off watching a lot of them, And like I say, when they start making washcloth tea, things that I'm not interested in, to be quite candid. Yeah. I know it sounds horrible. They might be lovely people, but I'm not interested in watching them make 74,000 blankets and. Sorry, mate, no. So I've gone a bit off. I've gone a bit to watching the UK channels. There's quite a lot of the UK channels. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's sorry to anybody who's in America. People in America are very interested in their hauls, so I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying why I don't watch them. I'm not interested in somebody trawling around Joanne showing me, oh, this is so much, when I'm thinking, oh, yeah, right, fine. We can't get it. What are you telling me for? So I presume that most of their subscribers are in America. Anyway, I'm just deciding which of these shawls to start next with that I've just shown you. I've just finished one off. Well, I haven't sewn the ending, so don't criticise. I'll show you the one that's finished. I think you'll have seen it if you watch me. I can't call them a vlog. My video. This one. I was finishing it off last week. Well, I've actually finished it now, so it's finished. I had that much left, so I call that finished, don't you? So that's what one. And then this one with the very strange colour changes that I was making last week. I still think it's got strange colour changes, but maybe somebody will like it. It's that one. I used a different pattern, which I'm not as keen on, but never mind. I've done it now. That one changed into all those different colours. This one was the 5-point shawl thing, was it? I've done it before, but I've done it in thicker yarn. And it does look nicer in the thicker yarn, yeah. This is a bit too flimsy. But having said that, people do like these cotton ones because they scrunch up. And if you want to wear it round your neck, you can make it into a cowl really, really easily by just shunting it down. I'm wearing it as a scarf. It doesn't have to be just a shawl. Whereas if you make the shawls in the thicker yarn, they won't do this. They won't go round and wrap around and tuck into your coat and stuff like that. So, I mean, when you do it like that, it doesn't look as bad, does it? Because it's, it's got the colours. It looks like you're wearing a colourful scarf or whatever. So maybe it will be better that way. I mean, fire is still not. It's glowing, but it's not catching. And today I actually used one of my balls of that, was it called sprinkles wool, the chunky? And I made 2 headbands. I did them with a twist. I need to follow somebody's pattern really, because these were just my own, yeah. But they've made up quite nicely with it brightly coloured. And then I did one that was in like a mock rib. I just wanted to do things that I could sell for quite cheaply on the stall, to be quite honestly. It's worked up quite nicely, hasn't it? Don't know what it would be like in a sweater's worth, but yeah, I've got another 3 colours. I'm not sure which one this one was. Might have been the confetti. I just want things. Oh, it's nice and warm. It's chunky, and it was. I showed it in one of my videos, didn't I? I think the label's on the floor here. Oh, excuse me with me rubbishy knees. Oh dear. The carpet looks like the chipmunks have been in. The dogs have been in my wood stash, yeah. That's what it was. It was Signet Sprinkles Pop Chunky. That's what it's supposed to knit up like, if you can see it there. Stripy. But of course I crocheted it, didn't I? Yeah, I'm looking for something, to put on the store that maybe if a kiddie was coming past and just had some pocket money, that they could afford to buy something. I'm not taking any of my big garments. I'm just not taking them. We're just concentrating. It's more like a Christmas ornament or bits and pieces. That's what we're concentrating on. And my fringe needs cutting. It's in my eyes. I digress. Oh dear. Well, I'm using the wrong mug again as usual. It says today is the first day, and then when you tip it up, which I can't do because I've got coffee in it, it says of the rest of the miserable week. I've got two out of one ball of chunky, 100-gram ball of chunky, Kath. They're all this way. I did them this way. A lot of the patterns are done like that way, yeah. But I did mine, like a long strip. I don't like this one as much as the other one because it's not got enough texture in it to me. But you just chain on enough to, cover your ears up, yeah. They're only easy to make, very easy to make. Yeah. Yeah, the ribbed one. That's like, what do you call it? Crocheting round the post crochet. Front post crochet. It's front post crocheting and then it's back post crocheting on the way back. Yeah. I think that could do actually with, I've got a little bit of the wool left, going round the edging, just to make it stop rolling. I think it might roll a bit, but maybe people won't bother, I don't know. But that was done in a strip, just a long strip, Kaz, just do it tightly. Doesn't have to be chunky as long as you make it tight enough. Because obviously the sloppier you make it, the more it'll let the wind in. Yeah. Yeah, I've got 3 more colours in different colours, if you know what I mean, of one ball. I've got a ball about that much left after making 2 out of one ball. So it's very hard, Kaz, to try and sell anything. Hi there, Rick. How are you today? Yeah, it's very difficult trying to sell crochet. It is. I should know. I've been trying to do it for years, yeah. I mean, I saw a lady on Facebook and she, those campfire cardigans. I've got 2 campfire cardigans I've made with hoods on, for sale. And she sells them without a hood for $165, I think. Was it $145? $145. I thought, oh, I could sell them for $145 post-free, even to America. Oh, yeah, the pound's gone down, hasn't it? It's not worth nothing. I think a pound's $1 these days, isn't it? Is that bad now? Yeah. I can remember years ago when a pound was $2. You know, like a dollar was like 50p to us. But it's all, everything's happening. Yeah. Yeah, I need to make something little, like keychains and stuff like that. Yeah. Black Wednesday. Parity. Oh, you thought you said party. That's what we all have, a party. Let's have a party. Let's not talk about horrible things like devaluing the pound and the cost of the electric. Let's not talk about that. It's not fun anymore. I don't think it's just us in the UK. I think everybody's suffering. We might be suffering a bit more than most, but we are British. We will soldier on. Yeah. So I hope nobody's in Florida or wherever it is. If anybody watches Christine Ondell, she's really suffered. Her RV, she had a propane gas leak and she can't get anybody to come out to it. And her car has been submerged and it's also all covered in mud now. And she doesn't know whether the storage unit that she keeps all her yarn and everything in has survived it all. So, we have to be lucky, at least in England, we've not got that happening. We haven't got any. Well, we've had the tail end of a hurricane, but nothing like, they've had it in America. Is it Florida that's been having it bad? There's a lot to be said for living in the horrible UK. Having said that, where would you want to go to, Kaz, if you had a choice to move somewhere else? Where would you go to? I wouldn't go. I've never had any desire to go to America. It's very strange, isn't it? Even when I was younger, I never wanted to go, not even on holiday. It's never been a place that's been high on my list. I like Europe, I think, more. Spain, Italy, and stuff like that. I've never really yearned to go to America. And yeah, I've got a friend who's been several times to America, and she's going, oh, you don't know, you've never lived, it's lovely out there and all that jazz. But I don't know why. I prefer, Europe and things like that. You'd move to Japan. A friend of mine lived in Japan for a while. She went to work for YKK Zips. I don't know whether they still exist now, but they were the biggest makers of nylon zippers at the time in the world. Yeah, she went to work. She said they took a bit of getting used to. The Japanese. They have some very strange ways, and of course, the housing situation. She had a housing. A whole sort of flat was probably about as big as a bathroom here. It was that tiny. And very high rent. I used to work in one called Oxford. No, this one was YKK. I'm going back about 20, 30 years when they were really sort of, high-end zippers, yeah. Yeah. I mean, my son wants to go to India. That's not a place I've ever wanted to go either. The Caribbean sort of appeals to me, although it's got its problems, hasn't it? If you go to Jamaica, you know. Hello, Rosie. Hello, sweetie pie. I've got my lovely Rosie come to see me. Hello, darling. What are you doing? Hmm? You're not going to eat any more wood, are you? You're not going to chipmunk again, are you? She takes a piece of wood that's, you know, a log from a fire, and she turns it into chips, don't you? Hello, sweetheart. What are you doing? Hmm? She slept on my sofa all last night, didn't you? I don't know what was wrong with her doggy bed, but she slept down here on the sofa. I'm sewing ends in. I hate sewing ends in. I love making granny squares, but I absolutely detest sewing the ends in, which is probably why I've never done the second throw. Blankets and throws are not my thing. Why did I buy 2 books? I don't know. But they're great to look at. They're great coffee table, aren't they? And they look so pretty. And I'm sure they'll do for somebody's Christmas present if all else fails. Because I certainly won't be using them. Although I do like looking at them. They're very pretty. Maybe I might make 1 square just for the heck of it. But you couldn't even use it for a coaster, could you? Because it would be very bumpy. Yeah. Hi, Enid. I wish my fire would get going. My fire's, oh, it's starting to, it's glowing. But there's no heat because there's a fan up above it. And the fan isn't going round, so it can't be all that warm. It's, I don't know what it is here. It just says rain's going to stop. Doesn't tell me what the temperature is. I've had to put my tights on because my legs have been, my arthritis has not been right since last Sunday, and also getting wet through isn't helping. Yeah. Oh, I wish it was 77 years. Shall we swap? Do you want some rain? Do you want a bit of rain? Because you can have some rain if you want it. They say it's the tail end of Hurricane Ian that we're getting all this wind. It was blowing a gale before. I was glad I wasn't going out. Yesterday, my son had to take me up for my prescription to the pharmacy because I couldn't go out. There was no way I could have gone out on a scooter. Yeah. Overheating and sweating. You should be so lucky. That is not on my radar. Right, I finished sewing the ends in now. I don't even understand baseball, Rick. I've tried to watch it a couple of times on the telly, and I'm like, I don't understand the rules. Oh, this fire is just not catching at all. I don't know why it won't go. I really had trouble lighting it. He couldn't get it to go. Oh, did I tell you I've got a mouse? Sorry, Enid. I know you don't like them. Neither do I. I was sat in the bathroom the other day. I won't explain what I was doing, but I was sitting there contemplating my navel, you know, you do. And I thought, what's Rosie doing putting her paw underneath the door? She doesn't do that. My cat used to do that. Paw under the door. And then I looked again and I thought, it's got eyes. That's not a paw. And it was a little mouse looking at me under the door. Anyway, it turned around and it ran away, and I don't know where it's gone. So I don't know whether it's not surprising because we have the doors open all the time for the dogs so they can go in and out when they want to go to the toilet, yeah? So, oh, your niece got a merit award at school having just enrolled for 1 week. Oh, she's doing well. Q screaming, yeah. And my son's going, it's a mouse, mother, stop mithering. It's only a critter. Oh, we'll get rid of it then. He said, I've had suspicions I had a mouse before because Rosie keeps sniffing underneath my sofa and sniffing all around, and she wouldn't leave the sofa alone. I haven't seen it since. Touch wood. But that's not saying it's not still here, is it? Yeah. Oh. Oh, there goes Rosie. Barking at nothing, barking at something. Oh, I hope the mouse is gone, Jean. Yeah. Hi, Pauline. I wouldn't mind a cat, but the dogs wouldn't like the cat. You've got a cat next door. Why can't that chase it? I mean, my friend said, do you want to borrow the snake? I went, no, thank you. I don't like mouse, but I'd rather have the mouse than a snake. Yeah. I don't want to borrow a mouse, no. I don't want to borrow a snake, sorry. I'd probably get a wimp of a cat, because we might look. Why won't this fire burn? Rosie, what are you barking at, darling? Maybe she's got the mouse cornered. Oh. Rosie, what are you barking at? I wish this fire would get going. I don't think it's going to do anything. No, it's definitely not doing anything, this fire. Oh. What are you barking at, Rosie? No idea what she's barking at. She's upstairs. I don't know what she's barking at. She's upstairs. She's either upstairs or she's shut herself in somewhere. Right. I've opened the door, Chris. It's got air. It just won't burn tonight. I think the wood's a bit damp. Oh dear. Oh, is he still in the army, Pauline? Because she's been in a long time, hasn't she? 35 years. Oh God, I'm feeling old now. I don't know where she is. She can't be outside, surely. Is Rosie up with you? Oh, she just keeps buffing. I thought she was shut in somewhere. All right, that's okay. Just thought she was shut in. The fire's not going. The fire's not doing anything. No, it's sort of just glowing, but it's not even turning the fan round. No, she's upstairs. Apparently, she's barking at Trixie. That's not nice, Enid. I was reading about the cockroach, yeah. All right, hi, Miguel. You're hatching baby peoples, right? Okay. Hi, Granny D. Yes, he's put a little video up of a couple of chickens, Enid. Orian's coming down to see if he can do anything with the fire. It just won't catch. It's just like glowing, but that's all it'll do. Just a little glow. Oh dear. I still haven't decided which one of these patterns I'm going to do. Which one shall I do? Which one shall I do? Maybe I'll do the boo. Shall I do the boo? I'll see what it entails. The boo is a triangle-shaped shawl. Work from the centre, top, out and down, increasing at either end so you get to create the shaping. Well, it's okay. What hook am I supposed to be using? Oh, 3.5, no. I need it bigger than that. Because it's only a small shawl. So I need it bigger, bigger, bigger. Yeah, I don't see why dads can't be stay-at-home parents. They're half of a child, aren't they? You know, it's not exclusive, is it? It's just the mother that has to look after it. It's kind of burning a bit, but it's just not getting going. It's not even pushing the fan round. I've had the door open, even though you said to shut it.
It's not a pattern for keeping the door open. You need to create it.
Yeah, well, I had it half open and then I had it open.
You need to have it shut on the stop so it creates a vacuum, like a drawer. See how it's drawing now?
Yeah. It lost me 5mm.
Right?
Sorry, I'm talking to myself. as I usually do. What colour is a 5mm? Oh, that's 450. It's alright, I'm talking to myself. People don't bother about me. I'm looking for a 5mm. Ah, found it. Found it. I don't know why it starts off green in the middle and it goes to pink. Who knows? Is it going now? Oh yeah.
Take a lot.
I obviously wasn't doing it.
You don't just keep chucking stuff in it and hoping it'll work.
I think I need my glasses.
Hmm?
I'm just saying I think I need my glasses for this pattern. It's got little writing. Little writing. Why do you want it to rain, Enid? Is it blazing now?
Right.
Is it going?
Get that one alight.
I'll see if I can kill it, yeah.
I'm not lighting it again.
No, well it won't be at this time of night. Hi, Katie. You're like an expectant father, Miguel. Keep going out checking on your chickens. You're going to be overrun with chickens in a bit unless you give a few away. I don't think he's got room for a cow, Chris, but maybe a goat or a sheep. He might have room for one of them. You need quite a lot of land for a cow. Yeah, the coos. Oh, don't get technical, Kaz. What do you mean they call them steers? The cows over here, or bulls. Or heifers. What's a heifer? Hi, Lydia. Oh, that's nice. I've got a fire. Look, I've got a fire. I was getting told off, that's why I went quiet. I was being told off for not looking after my fire. Oh dear. What am I crafting at the moment? Nothing, because when I looked at my pattern, it's got little titchy writing. Oh, a heifer's a female cow that's not had a baby. Oh, right, yeah. Oh, that's good, Lydia. Yeah, fire. My wrists are hurting. And my pattern, like I say, it's got little titchy writing, so there's no way I'm going to start that. Maybe I should have started another ear warmer. Oh, a corner to corner blanket. Oh, you have my deepest sympathy, Kaz. Yeah. No, I should be doing something, but my wrists hurt down there, all down the bone, up to my elbow. I've got arthritis in the bones. And then that one hurts down the thumb. I have to keep them warm, that's why. Oh, I hate working corner to corner. It's soul destroying. There's an Entourage sweater in this month's crochet ! Yeah. Oh dear. I'm a rebel. I don't like the gap at the end. You know when it always says do 3 chain and miss the first stitch? I don't like that because it always leaves a hole. I'd rather have my seam go like that because I can sew it. Yeah. You're calling in the crochet police, are you? Can you call in the arthritis police for my wrists, please? Because they're killing me at the minute. I want a stitch right in the edge. I don't want to leave that hole. It leaves a hole. I don't care what you do, it leaves a hole. I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel. You've been making an amigurumi swan for 6 months. I've been making it for 6 years. You're above report. Yeah. Oh, my arms hurt. I was up all night last night. I could not get to sleep. My spine hurt. My knees hurt. My hip hurt. I couldn't get comfy. I was too idle to get out of bed, you know, to get some painkillers. I don't think I've got any in my drawer yet. I usually have painkillers everywhere I go. There's always a strip of painkillers in every drawer. And for once, there isn't one in this one. How remiss of me. How remiss. There is not a strip of painkillers in this drawer. Never mind. I'm sure I will survive. I will survive. Oh, it's amazing what you find in a drawer, isn't it? Found my face roller. It's supposed to roll away your wrinkles, but it doesn't really do a lot for me. And it hurts. No, there's no painkillers in this drawer. As I say, a million zillion other things. The fit thing that doesn't work. Three lip soles, if you know what they are. Chapsticks or whatever you want to call them. Got three of them. And my neck brace. And a sweet. But no painkillers. Oh, two sweets. Two sweeties, but no painkillers. Oh, and a tape measure. Could do with that. Put that in there. No, I've given up with the painkiller. I don't know what that is. I think it's lip balm. I should have the nicest lips in the world, shouldn't I? With all the lip balm I've got in here. But because I don't use it, I haven't got them, have I? You just found a Fitbit in a box. It doesn't work, this. I bought it and I tried to charge it up and it didn't work, so I gave it up. I can test my heart. I've got my pulse meter. See if I'm still alive. Oh, it's upside down. That's better. Yeah, I've got 97% saturation in my blood. And my heart rate is 78 beats a minute. Is that normal? Or fast? Yeah, 97% oxygen. But 79, I'm sure that's a bit high, 79 beats a minute. Oh, is that all right? Oh, good. I never know whether I'm in imminent danger of passing out or not, yeah. 79 is fine, is it? Oh, good. I have had pulse rates of 112 before today because I have AF. And all my other things. Because I've never been normal in my life. I don't get it so much since I've been here, but I used to have, my heart rate used to be 112. And that was my normal heart rate. Oh my God, 200. Oh, I tell you, did a live the other day. Does anybody remember UK Medic that used to come on here? Rob. He did a live, so I've actually seen what he looks like. Oh. I think I'm too lazy, Cass, to suffer from anxiety. I said, I think I'm too lazy to suffer with anxiety. It might require effort. You're like an expectant father, Miguel, popping in and out. What's preventing who from taking the medicine? I've got white coat syndrome, Lydia. Hi, Ruth. That was a nice find. It was a nice sweetie, that. Oh, my resting heart rate's never been 60. No, it's the opposite. I stopped doing it. It sounds great, doesn't it? I stopped testing myself every day because I got, when I was getting 112 and 100 and something, I thought I'd rather not know. Yeah, you leave your chickens. They'll manage on their own, Miguel. Nice, some sweeties I found. It was nice. They were caramels. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I could make another headband, but I don't know what pattern I'd use. You're lucky if you see the doctor, Ruth. I've been here nearly 2 years. I've only seen 1 month. No, you're not Mr. Chris from the chocolate. I just found 2 sweeties in the drawer when I was looking for a painkiller. So instead of having a painkiller, I had a sweet instead. I had a caramel instead. Hi, Denise. You've been listening? Oh, yeah. It's, I don't know what it is. It says KP Crochet. It's nice. It's got the middle bit. It's got the middle bit like that with 2 sides to it. And then it's got the zipper parts on either side. Zip bits where you can put all the others in. I don't know. Grace sent it to me. You know, Grace from GB Maltese. She sent it to me. So, no, I'm not doing any more crochet. Oh, what you eating? A sample candle or a sample of something to eat? If it's yummy. Maybe I'll eat me. I'll pour me drink. That gives me something to do. Being as I can't start my shawl because I can't read the pattern and talk to you at the same time. Cheers. Shad's moving in his little tiny house, isn't he? I don't know whether he's moving imminently. He was getting ready to move last time we spoke to him. That's me dandelion and burdock. Well, I've got me crisp. Walker's ready salted. Yeah, well, Chris isn't moving yet. I think Shad's moving quite quickly. Oh, right, Sandra, you found yours. I don't know where. I think this came via Amazon. I'm not sure. Grace sent it to me anyway, that's all I know. Oh, you're moving out today? Where are you going, Chris? Oh, some of the people who went to that Wool Fest. Oh, you're moving back to your house? Is it sorted out yet? I thought it was in a bit of an unlivable condition. Is it ready to be lived in though, Chris? I thought it's had a few problems. It's livable, is it, Chris? Don't want you living in a building site like we did when we moved in here. Hi, Trev. I hope it's this, Chris. Can you get somebody to go around and look at it? Hey there. I got my cuddly hoodie. Had it on in the morning, it was cold. My arthritis does not like the cold at all. Even now my arms are hurting and aching. It's always good to see Trev, isn't it? You make our day, Trevor, when you arrive. I'm not crocheting, Trev, because my arms hurt. I'm feeling very arthritic and very old today. I'm hoping I get my canopy. I don't take coniferol, no. I've got some, actually. I've got some capsules. I haven't... Oh, you will like him off South Park, won't you? The one that used to keep his Parker on. What was he called? The one who used to have the little fur thing. In South Park. I've got some coniferol. I just don't know why I don't take them. I've got a bottle of them. Uh-huh. That's the one, Kaz. Kenny. Apple. All I can think of with Kenny is burping fish taste all day. That's what it was like here. Your dad's called Kenny. You killed Kenny. I hope you weren't naked, Enid. I don't understand modern music at all. Sorry, Rick. He's got a husband. Hate to dash your spirits down, Trev, but he's got a husband. I haven't got one, Trev. I don't mind having a gay husband. In fact, I think I prefer a gay husband to the one I had. It's your toy boy fiance. He's not your husband yet, then, Nathan. I love gay friends. I haven't got any at the minute, but I love one. So it's time you put a ring on his finger. Time you tied the knot then, Nathan. Oh, that's awful, Trev. Will you go to the funeral or will you not bother? Well, it still does hurt, Trev, if you're fond of them, aren't you? No, Enid, he's not had a different username. Well, I've been single for many, many years, Ruth. You get used to it after a while. Oh, don't spend too much in Michael's. Oh, I don't go on any sites anymore. Don't go on any dating sites. Oh, you want some smutty remarks to your Kaz? You're a glutton for punishment. You should get the ones I get. You're just using your $5 now. Stick to that. Don't be spending $6 now. You're 12 feet tall, are you, Enid? Oh, that's what my son wants me to have, Trevor, and I'm saying no. I want people to come. I want flowers. I want the lot. I want people to mourn me. I don't just want me ashes brought back. Chris, Mintero. I've never used Tinder. I went on dating sites probably about 15, 20 years ago, but I gave up. They were all weirdos. Wasn't Tinder back then, though. It was just these dating sites like Match.com or something. Well, aren't you the lucky one? I'm 77 next month and I look about 90. Ah. You look like a Korean pop star. You did Grindr, did you? I've never done Tinder. You don't look in mirrors to look like a pop star. Yeah, I would gawk at you if you were crocheting. Denise, you can dance like a Korean pop. I can't even dance like anybody. Me, a baby hippo, maybe. I used to be able to dance. I used to do ballet. Would you believe? I'm sure that's the reason why I've got so much arthritis these days. That was probably me and Enid. I crochet everywhere I go. You thought you found a bosom buddy, did you, Enid? Oh, she's crocheting. You don't want to get overweight. It just happens. I never used to be. Says she, nibbling chocolate. Never used to be. I think I was in my 50s when I started putting weight on. No, I haven't seen the alcoholics on TikTok, no. I run every day in my dreams. I've never been a runner. I can honestly say that. I've never been interested in being a jogger. I used to do athletics at school when I was a kid. I used to be very good at running then. I was going to sit and crochet on the seafront just to see if I generated any interest this year, but I never got around to it. I didn't fancy people coming up saying, "Oh, yeah, what are you knitting?" I don't eat breakfast either. I have a brunch and then I don't eat again then till tea time. I'm proud of my crafts. I wish I could do more different ones, but I'm a rubbish at sewing, really. And I sew 2 straight seams. Oh, my fire burning bright. In the what is it of the night? Oh no, it's tiger burning bright, and not fire. I'm getting my things mixed up. You need a bigger bed, Trev. When I roll over in bed, I get pulled back because I'm like Nelly the elephant. I've got this tube attached to my nose, my breathing machine. So if I turn over too fast, I get pulled back by the tube. So I can't go very far. I can get to the other side of the bed just about because this new machine I've got's got a longer tube, but it isn't a sort of it's a detriment really because sometimes it winds itself around you. I don't shave my legs anymore. There's nobody looking at them. don't know. There's more guys shave themselves these days. I once went out with a bodybuilder and I thought, that's something weird. And then I realised he shaved off all of his body hair. You know, chest hair, every hair, arm hair. He shaved all his body hair off. Oh, nobody looks at my legs anymore, Trev. Wrong age group, and I don't show them anyway. I've always got trousers on or dresses down to my ankles. So nobody would notice, only maybe my GP. Yeah, I said to him, I said, who shaves you? He said, oh, a lady at the gym does it. He wasn't that, what do you call it? You know, not all out of shape, bulgy, not steroid type bodybuilder. Oh no, nobody's coming near my back crack. Yeah, I once went to a salon to have, you know, everything waxed because I was going on my holidays, and I thought, well, you know, but oh, never again. Never again. Talk about bringing tears to your eyes. Oh, the woman who was doing it said, well, the more you have it done, the less it hurts. And I'm like, no, thank you. Have I had rain today? Yes, yes, we've had rain every day this week. Mm. If you're in the UK, do you think that that body on the moors would be that little boy? Do you think it would be him? I do hope it is. It's just a shame that they didn't find him before his mother died, isn't it? What was he called? Keith, wasn't he? Men get hairy ears when they get older. I don't know why men sprout hair out their ears when they get older. You've got pill multi Gemini or Gemini. Yeah, I do hope they find him. I know it's a bit late for his mum, but at least the rest of the family, it will put an end to the worrying and wondering. But they say it's going to take weeks before they can identify it properly, aren't they? Oh, that was my knee, by the way, my fake knee. My son tells me I shouldn't call it my fake knee, but it's a fake knee. And I swear it's got arthritis. Either that or it needs a portal and it needs WD-40. I keep trying to find out if you can get arthritis in a fake knee. You'd probably get growths, can't you? Whatever. Oh, it's embarrassing having that done as well. Child abduction, yeah, it was the mass murderer If you look up Ian Brady and Myra Hindley, they were absolutely evil. No, it wasn't the Ripper. It's a metal one, so I think it's got bugs growing on it or something. No, the Ripper was Peter Sutcliffe, wasn't it, Kevin? Kevin. Why am I calling you Kevin? Trevor. No, they had a few children they'd abducted and killed. They buried them up on the moors, but they never found this one. And he wouldn't say. They both went to the grave without saying where they buried him. So his mother, she died a few years back, never knowing like what had happened to her. She begged them to tell her where her son was buried, but they wouldn't. Sadistic, yeah, whatever. Oh, the Ripper was as bad. People didn't feel the same about the Ripper's victims because they usually were prostitutes, but they're still people that got murdered, aren't they? They were the most horrible people. I could have killed them myself. That's probably because you're in the US. Or you may be too young. It's quite a long time ago that it all happened. I try not to at the moment. Looking at the news, God knows what's happening in the UK. We changed one twit-faced Prime Minister for another twit-faced Prime Minister. God. I mean, what's going on in the world today? Oh, is that what it means? North, east, west, south? Yeah, it was probably in the 60s before you were born, Enid. What happened? Yeah, the world's going to pot, in it. I don't listen to rap music. I'm the wrong generation, Rick. Wrong generation. It's everywhere, isn't it? I don't really like rap music because I probably don't understand it, but as we say, different generations. When you're my age, it'll probably be something completely different by then, Rick. I think we all think back to what we used to dance to or listen to when we were younger. I don't keep up with the charts and that these days. Hello. Hello, sweetie pie. Hello, you're supposed to be going out for a wee. I've got a puppy. don't get like anxious when I'm watching the news. I get mad sometimes when I see things that make me angry. But I suppose it's what people listen to. It's like totally. I mean, one generation's music doesn't appeal to the other. It's like my music never appealed to my father. He never liked what I used to listen to. Yeah. Hi, Jane. It's all age group. It's all age related. Hey, you see, well, I'm a different generation to you, Edie. Mine's the 60s. Not the 50s, mine's the 60s. Some of the 70s, but mostly the 60s was my music. I can appreciate some of the modern music, but not when they go, no, no, not my kind of music at all. I don't like all different. I like some. And I never liked punk. I'm not keen on anything the Japanese and the Koreans do at all. I've got to say that I'm not. You know, it's just not my kind of music. I mean, it's like my kind of music is probably not your kind of music. You probably wouldn't listen. That's how they go to have. Um, you know, we're all different, aren't we? You know, you just can't expect like a pensioner to understand rap because they just don't, you know. Who is Merlot? Spit some bars, yeah. No, nah. We all like our own. It wouldn't do for us all to be the same, would it? Wouldn't do for us all to like the same films. It wouldn't do for us to all like the same music. It just wouldn't. Merlin, oh right. You know, it's just like my dad. He liked like the swing music and the big band music and everything like that. Whereas, you know, I thought that was old fashioned. It's kind of like people who are your age and Ethan and that probably think all my music's old fashioned. Yeah. Yeah. I do like some artists that can sing, you know, but I don't like a lot of the, you know, it has to be somebody more like Boys to Men or something like that that I like. I know they're an old group, but yeah, my dad liked Glenn Miller and all, you know. Yeah, well, he was sniffing something, weren't he? That's what happened to Darius. He was sniffing glue or something. Yeah, I can understand Northern Soul. Yeah, I can understand that, yeah. Oh, my dad liked Andy Williams as well. We used to watch the Andy Williams show on the telly, and Perry Como, and the black and white minstrel shows. We didn't know then they were racist. Yeah, I love Northern Soul, but I never was allowed to go. Oh, I like the Pet Shop Boys, yeah. I used to like Erasure and play people like that. Oh, my dad wanted the Andy Williams and the Perry Como Christmas shows, and we had to have them all the time, yeah. Yeah, Erasure. I used to like Alison Moyet as well. That was sort of like when I used to buy music. A lot of my music was like kind of Motown or more what you would call black type music, because I like reggae and things like that. Oh, the Ship of Fools, yeah. Yeah, Chains of Love, yeah, I love Erasure. What else did I used to watch? I've got a few of the older ones, yeah. No, I never did like Elvis. I know I'm that generation that should like Elvis and Cliff Richard, but I never did. I never bought any of the records. I think I've got one record of Elvis. I think I've got the LP of GI Blues somewhere in the archives. Ian's kept it because it might be worth something. But I was never an Elvis fan, never. Yeah, I used to listen to it. Fairground Attraction was one I used to have as well. Hi, Tammy. No, I never went to a Northern. I always wanted to go to a Northern Soul. We actually went to one, me and my friend once, when I'd learnt to drive. We went to one, and it was the one Sunday they didn't have one on. It was closed for some kind of a holiday or something, or renovating the place or something. We wanted to go to Wigan Pier. So I'd found my way there, and I'd only just passed my test. Found my way to Wigan Pier, and it was the one, whatever night it wasn't on. It was closed. So I almost went to Northern Soul. No, mine was the jive, wasn't it, of course. We used to do jive. And then we went through all the usual ones, the twist and all that lot, yeah. You're class of 1999. I think I'm the class of 1949. Still got the cough. People still got the cough. My niece, she went all over the place. She taught she was, Freddie Mercury, yeah, Queen. Everybody loves Queen. We all love Queen. I don't think there's anybody who says they didn't like Queen. Oh, are you going, Jane? Bye. You can't drink and jive, yeah. I was never mad about David Bowie or Bowie, whatever you want to. I liked Queen, Elton John, yeah. I think it's raining here. Actually raining. London Marathon 2022. Live coverage details for the big day. Oh, yes. Won't be watching that. No, thank you. Yeah, I liked Phil Collins, sort of, yeah. I used to like 10cc as well. Two of them lived near me when they were kids. Lol Creeman or Lol Creman. Oh, God, what was the other one called? They used to live near me in Prestwich. From 10cc. It's 15 degrees C at the moment and mostly clear. Kevin Godley, that's the one. Godley and Cream, yeah. They used to live near me when they were Jewish lads from down the road. I don't know whether he's. Do you think it's a good idea to see like pop stars when they're getting on a bit? Because they really aren't as good, are they? Yeah, Peter for another brick in the wall. Are you going to bed, Ruth? Right. Good night, dear. Yeah, I like Fleetwood Mac. I just like the way she used to dress. What she called the singer. That was my way of dressing, the way she used to dress. The girl out of Fleetwood Mac. Stevie Nicks, yeah. She used to dress in the most fantastic clothes. Stevie Nicks, yeah. I would still like to dress like her. I stopped a lady actually when I was at Yarndale and I went, I've got to stop you. And she said, why? I said, you are dressed just like I want to be dressed. And she said, well, go for it then. She was just head to foot like hippie. Then I found another lady who had purple hair. She had purple hair. She was my age, purple hair. And she had like different plaits, of all different colours. And she was wearing all these lilac and purple. She was on a scooter as well. And I thought, oh, I was drawn to her. Uh-huh. Don't you just hate it when it's that sort of, you wonder if it's filters or have they been lifted, shifted, and moved? I don't mind growing older, but I don't like it when pop stars my age look 25, you know. Yeah, whatever I look like, it's all nature. Nature and a bit of face cream, but there's nothing else. There's no fillers, there's no Botox, there's no nothing. You know, I'm sad to say this is all me, as you can probably tell with all the crinkles and the wrinkles. But still, nothing worse than somebody my age trying to look 30 because everybody knows how old they are. Everybody knows they're not 30. So why should they go, and have everything moved? I could do that. I could get rid of all the wrinkles. But it's fake, isn't it? It's fake. I was listening to that last night when I couldn't sleep, funnily enough. I was listening to that and I was listening to one of my favourites, Black. It's a Wonderful Life. I absolutely love that song. No need to run and hide. It's a wonderful, wonderful life. I just love that song. I can listen to Tony Braxton over and over, and I can listen to Black. I always go back to Black. Another one I like is Keen. That's Somewhere Only We Know. I like listening to that one as well. When I can't sleep at night, I go through YouTube, trying to find songs that I want to listen to. But my song is, when I was on the CB radio, somebody used to come through, like on the motorway. I was right next to the motorway. And every night they used to play the same song to me. And it was reggae, and it was, "Hey, fatty bum bum, sweet sugar dumpling." And I can never listen to that song without remembering that time. Yeah. 279. Might be good earbuds, but they have to be. I would be thinking what I could do with $279. Yeah, I prefer Keen version of Somewhere Only We Know. Everybody else remembers the Lily Allen, didn't they, from that Christmas advert? I wouldn't pay £279 for any earbuds. I don't care how good they are, Rick. I'm sorry, but I'm very frugal. If I had $279, I wouldn't spend it on earbuds I could lose. I don't know what I'd buy with $279. Probably a lot of things. I might go on holiday if I had $279. Get a weekend away, couldn't I, for that? When you're on a pension, Rick, you will see things in a different way. When you don't even get $279 in a week, and you've got to pay all your bills out of that. It changes your um, expectations. You know, it levels you out. I had money once, but not now. Hi, Melly. Every change in my life has had a downward direction. No, I wouldn't. I mean, some people at that show must have spent that much. Tell me. One lady was saying she wished she'd have took £1,000, and I'm like, what? I could not. I couldn't. Much as I loved anything, I couldn't justify spending that kind of money. I'm drinking dandelion and burdock. I think if I had £279, I definitely would go away for a weekend or something like that. I've never gone to a wool yarn festival and spent more than about 30 quid in one go. I did take £100 with me on Sunday, but I brought 60 of it back again, or 70 of it back again, I think. And that was buying me dinner and drinks as well. Maybe I'm just tight or frugal or something. I just can't justify that, spending that kind of money on myself. Yeah, one woman was saying she wished she had £1,000 to take to Yarndale. That lady on that video I've posted said she wished she could have took £1,000. I took 100 and I didn't even want to spend that, and I didn't. That was just in case I saw something. But that was a lot of money to me. It's all relative, isn't it? What money you can afford, it's all relative. I look at things these days and I think, do I really want it? Can I not live without it, At one time I would have seen something I liked and bought it. But now I weigh it all up now, think, do I really want it? Do I really need it? Are you just buying it because you quite fancy it? Would you never wear it? No, they didn't, Lydia. They had an ordinary cafe, but I wouldn't say it was a nice place. It was edible, that's all I'll say. I had a Cornish pasty type of thing, and chips. I only ate the middle out, the Cornish pasty. I left all the pastry, and I ate about a third of the chips, that's all. And I bought a little cake thing, but I brought that home when we ate that day after. I'm not a big eater anymore. It has to be something that really tempts me. Otherwise, just not interested. I didn't do a video. As I explained before you came on, Trev, it was a cattle market and it was rutted. And my little scooter didn't have any sort of, suspension or any cushioning. And it was like going along like that. So that would be how my video would have been, like that, because that's what it was like when you were riding on it, and it just jarred my knees, jarred my legs, jarred my back. So I was really fed up, really. Not because I was fed up looking at the wall, but I was fed up because I was fed up of being in pain and jumping up and down. And I couldn't, it was too crowded and I couldn't get in any of the booths to look at anything. I did put a very nice video that somebody else had made on my Facebook. I didn't make it, but she managed to get in and look at things. You know what cattle markets are like? They're full of gullies, aren't they, and rough terrain. And when your scooter's got wheels like that, Oh, I can't justify spending on a phone. Some people spend hundreds on a phone, don't they? I'm like, no way. I didn't see Hannah, no. I met Vicky Brown on her stall, and I talked to a lady on Janie Crow's stall, but it wasn't Janie Crow, it was just, could have been her mum. It was an older lady. Yeah, my phone's just a bog standard little phone. I don't use it like other people use it for all these apps and God knows what things. And, you know, my niece pays her bills like that with her Apple Watch and stuff. I just, I just begrudge spending loads of money. I'm not a computer type geek. I've got a friend who has to have the latest phone every time. You know, it's got to be the Apple, whatever, this, that, the other. She must spend hundreds of pounds changing her phone like every year. And I'm like, oh God, it's just a phone. You could lose it, have it stolen. You know, it's just a phone. Mine makes phone calls. It gets text messages. I can go on Instagram with it. I can go on Facebook with it. But I don't have anything else. Yeah. Or maybe it was. I don't watch Gogglebox. So maybe she did go to Yarndale. There was hundreds of people there. It was like a football scrum. That video that I put up, that lady must have gone on the day before me because there was hardly anybody in the aisles. I mean, when I went, it was like battling your way through a football crowd. And I always seem to be going to the opposite way to everybody else. Yeah, every time you buy a phone, it's obsolete before the year's out, isn't it? So, what do they think you've got? Thousands of pounds to spend every year on a damn phone. And then, you know, you're frightened to put it down. You're frightened of it being in your handbag, your pocket, because somebody can steal it. And nah, I don't want my life on my phone. I don't want my bank statements and my everything on my phone. No, thank you. I don't want people looking at, you know. I know my son's opens with facial recognition or something, and if he's got his glasses on, it won't open, or if he hasn't got his glasses on, it won't open them. I mean, he put on one time, it opened with a thumbprint or something, and half the time it wouldn't open with my thumbprint, you know. I've got a wow, whatever it is. Huawei, something is it called? That's what I've got, one of them. Thought I'd paid the earth for it, 100 quid. Thought, oh, God's truth. Hey, back, Brittany. A Huawei, is that what it's called? I don't know. Whatever. I've had this one about a year, but only because the other one broke down. The other one stopped working, it wouldn't update and it wouldn't keep charged and stuff. It's all right for the money. I don't want one that does everything. I don't need a singing and dancing phone. I've got my big PC that I'm on now. You know. They're not taking any money out of my. They have a job. They'd have a job taking money out of my account. He never has much in it. I don't think the economy wants my tuppence. Yeah. I used to get my son's hand-me-downs, but I had to buy this one pay as you go because he didn't have one to hand down to me. His other one had broken when he got his new one, so he didn't have anything to pass. If the bank wants my money, they can go less off, yes. I ain't got any to take. They'd have a job. If anybody tried to scam me, they'd be very disappointed. They can't even push me overdraft up because I've only got a little one. Well, my overdraft limit, no, I haven't got an overdraft, but my overdraft limit is very low. So they wouldn't get much if they pinched my stuff. If they tried to clone my bank card, they'd probably give me some money, feeling sorry for me. It's only money and you can't take it with you, can you? When you're a pensioner, you don't have any to take. God, it sounds like I'm begging and I'm not. No. I'll never have money and it doesn't worry me as long as I can pay my bills. No, I never have been I never have been one to keep up with the Joneses and one who has all the latest stuff. No, I haven't seen John Boy crochet, no. Why, is he a bit like another Jonah? I'm just a hippie at heart. I'm just I dress strangely and stuff. Keeping up with the Joneses doesn't bother me at all. Oh no, you can't. I used all my money to move here, so I've never had a new car since I lost the shop, really. We used to have a new car every other year when I had the shop, but that's because it was on expenses and we used it for business. But I only ever drove a banger after that, yeah. And even then somebody tried to steal one. It was as old as the hills, and said they probably wanted it for parts because it was vintage. When I had to buy my own cars, I used to drive them till they fell apart, until it couldn't be repaired anymore. It's like my dad said, what does it matter what a car looks like when you're sat in it, you don't see it. Hmm. I haven't got one. I haven't had one since. I must have been about 63, I think, when I had a car. It was when I had my back operation. I had to get rid of it because it would have been sitting on the drive for at least 6 months because they told me I couldn't drive till everything had healed in my back, and it would be at least 6 months. So I sold the car and just never got another one. So, and then when I was 70, I had to pay money to renew my driver's license, and I just couldn't be bothered. No, I've never seen John Boy. I've seen Jonah, obviously. Everybody's seen Jonah. I don't watch his every video. I just watch one now and again with Jonah. Oh, I've dribbled on my frock. Never mind. Not going to be wearing it tomorrow, so it doesn't matter, does it? A few of the people I used to watch are no longer around. I used to watch one called The Bearded Shield. Bearded Shield or something. I haven't seen him for a long time. But he was a knitter, not a crocheter. Ooh, the scars are showing up tonight. Getting more prominent the older I go. You can see that one comes down from there, all the way down. And there's one there, goes all the way down there. Some days they show up more than others. Today they're showing. Oh, beauty lines. I wish they were beauty lines. They are stitch marks, scar marks. It's worse when it's cold. That one there, when it's cold, it like freezes, and I look like that because it's frozen. I look like I've been to the dentist, and I talk like I've been to the dentist. It just freezes all across there. Yeah, there's a lady that does like TikTok-y type videos on Facebook. She sells those like campfire cardigans for $145. And I've got campfire cardigans, 2 of them with hoods on, that I can't sell for £45. I'm in the wrong country. Sadly, the UK do not value anything handmade. You have to have a name or a label. You have to be a somebody. And if you're not a somebody, you don't sell anything. Yeah, the 2 hexagons, if you look at her. It's called Socks and More, I think she's called. She's in America. And she sells them for $145. Mine's got a hood on as well. I must get my webpage going. I could do with the money for Christmas. There's another lady in America, she sells those circle vests. She does a big circle vest, quite open work, and then she puts like organza ribbons like tied at the bottom of it. She sells them for $600. And I'm like, what? If I made one here, I'd be lucky. 30 quid, 40 quid. And they look at me weird, yeah. If you have a label or if you're well known, if you're just a small time person like me, a nobody who, in the world of fashion. As I've got told before, I thought you just did it for the fun of it. I thought you were retired, you just did it to pass the time. You mean you charge? Yes. I'm not Rockefeller. You're aching back. Welcome to my world, Enid. All up my arms is hurting. It's called a campfire cardigan. Sometimes it's just called a hexagon jacket. There's loads and loads of YouTube videos on how to make them. I can't have any shots in my back. They won't do them anymore. All they want to do is give me pity-patty painkillers that send me more bonkers, so I won't. Jan Kaz. It's better than Kaz Jan, isn't it? I said to my friend, I said, we could sell them post free to America for 145 quid. Because she just made two, for one for herself and one for her daughter. She went, I don't believe the price of that. I went, yeah, well, that's what she's selling them for. I need to TikTok. Obviously, I need to TikTok. Quite what I would TikTok, I do not know. He plays music. Yeah, it's called a campfire cardigan in some, and others it's just called a hexagon jacket or something. There's several different versions on YouTube. All my bones are hurting. It's this damp weather. It's the curse of living in Lancashire. We'll be at home in Seattle because it rains, yeah. I come from Oldham, it used to rain there all the time. We were the wrong side of the Pennines or something or other. It was all to do with the wind and the rain hitting the Pennines, and it used to throw it down on one side and not in the other. My bones hurt like mad. It's like toothache in your bones. It sounds stupid. It's like a very bad nagging toothache that never goes away. I couldn't sleep last night because my knees and my hip and my back were so sore. I am definitely taking painkillers tonight. I'm not coping with another night. I love making garments, but they just don't sell. Yeah, it's just there all the time, Chris. It wears you down. It's not sharp pain that you can say, ooh, 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 ow. It's just like there all the time, like bad ache, bad, yeah. It's just, oh. And yet the sun will come out and it's warm and it's hot. It's almost like my bones go, yeah. And yet the cold and the rain, this is why moving here was a bad idea really for me, because the wind comes off the sea and it's so cold. All right, Rick, we'll see you later. I mean, I literally have to put my little thermal tights on underneath my trousers these days because my legs get so cold. I can't do with saunas, Chris. I faint. I don't know why. I faint in a sauna, but I do. I just pass out. I've tried it twice, and both times I passed out. They had to bring me out and revive me. Oh, I can't take tramadol. I'm away with the fairies with that stuff. They gave them to me once. My God, I was on hallucinations and all sorts on tramadol. The morphine doesn't do anything at all. They don't give it me strong enough, I don't think. They gave me morphine patches and he said, how do you get on with them? I said, I didn't even notice any difference. So he gave me some that were a bit stronger. How did you get on with them? I said, you might as well not bother. I said, they don't do a thing. I said, they're supposed to be painkillers, they're not working. Intravenous morphine works with me, but you only get that in hospital. No, tramadol sends me off my head. I start seeing things. I'm like You know, like you say, away with the fairies when I'm on tramadol. I've only took it once. I said, don't give me no more of them. Oh, lots of people like them. I said, well, I'm not one of them. Don't give them me again. The only thing that used to work for me is naproxen, and they won't give them to me now because they upset my stomach because I've got hiatus hernia. But that was the only thing that used to take the pain away. And I'm not supposed to take ibuprofen, but I do take a couple when I'm having really bad days. I must admit I do. But naproxen were brilliant with me. Yeah, I was on them for a while, and then I realised, you know. Oh, good night, Trev. Don't fall out of bed. I've had pains up the centres of my legs from being a child. They said I had rheumatism or when I was tiny. But I think I had that juvenile arthritis, but they didn't know what it was back in the day. I used to cry and cry and cry with pains up both my legs. And they used to try and say they were growing pains to me, Mum. Oh, the growing pains should grow out of them. But funnily enough, 70 odd years later, I've still got them. They're like pains right up the middle bone in my legs, yeah. Yeah, you see, you have different prescriptions in America because we don't have Advil. We probably have them, but they've got a different name. But our NHS, they only prescribe you the cheapest generics they can find. It's like when I used to take cocodamol. They used to try and give me generic ones, and I used to say, don't give me them, they don't work. Oh, they do. They've got all the same ingredients. Look, read the label. I said, you can read the label all you want. But when you give me the proper ones, I'm fine. Now, I won't even go about my hip, Brittany. I don't want, it's not as I don't want the operation. I don't want the rehabilitation. Yeah, I don't have a bath, so. And we've drained the hot tub at the moment because of the electricity bill. Yeah, if ever I get my bathroom done, I'd like one of those walk-in baths with a shower over it. But that will never happen because I'll never have. Yeah. Well, I know I've got arthritis and all that jazz. I've been told that. But like my fingers are twisting now, you know. My knuckles are sore. They're not as bad as Z's, you know, Zelda. But my knuckles twisting. And my fingers, if you can see my fingers go off at right angles to each other. They're not even straight anymore. That one's really twisted. It's twisted around now. It's not even straight. Well, I've been fighting a hip replacement. They wanted to replace my hip 10 years ago. And I said no. Yeah. And all down there hurts. I have a special glove. I've got one in here. Where's it go? It's got like a little pad on the thumb. No, it is my hip. I've had my hip. I used to have injections in my hip. That's when they told me that my hip needed doing. My back surgery, it has helped in the fact that my spinal cord is no longer being severed. I didn't have a choice with my back surgery. It was either 50% chance you'd be paralysed if you have the op, 100% chance you'd be paralysed if you don't have the op. So yeah, the kind of odds were a bit stacked, weren't they? So I decided to take my risk. Unfortunately, I didn't finish up paralysed. But that's all I can say. Yeah, that's what I wear. It's got like a pad, like I say, on my thumb bit there. On my weird little thumbs. I've got that brachio, whatever it is, where you have little thumbs that don't, they're short and they're wide and they're weird. It's a condition. And it's got a great long name like brachio or something, really. It's funny, you know, my cousin's got the same thing as me, and yet nobody else in the family has it. My son hasn't got it, but he hasn't got any blood children, so he's not passed on. It's brachio, whatever it is. I had a cousin with 2 little fingers. Both, that finger was the size of that. She had 2 little fingers. I've got a cousin, I've got 1 little toe, and my cousin has 2 little toes, 1 on each foot. But we're all the same generation. Strange, isn't it? Some kind of a gene. Funny how genetics do weird things to you, isn't it? How they can pass through a family. Oh. My genetics are wonky eyes. One eye, they don't look straight. If you look at them, they're not looking perfectly straight. One eye slightly different direction. I see it more when I look at myself in videos. I'm like, oh God, my eye. One eye's like, one way. I still don't know what the eye surgery's, what my eye appointment's for. Still don't know that. Yeah, I used to get injections, great big long needle used to put in my hip. And it used to work for a while. They were painkilling. Yeah, I think I've got that problem. It's not that noticeable, you know, it's not like complete Marty Feldman, you know what I mean? But I can see it when I'm looking at my videos. I think, oh God, one eye's looking off somewhere. It never used to be that bad till I had my cataracts done. I don't know what they did to my eyes. I used to have a teacher at school. He was called Mr. Frisbee, or Frizzell or something. We used to call him Joe Frizz. And he was really, his eyes used to look completely in different directions. And then he'd be like that, and he'd be saying, you boy, and 3 boys would stand up and he used to say, don't be so facetious. You know who I'm talking to. And they didn't. They couldn't tell who he was pointing at. His eyes were looking one way and his finger was pointing another way. Still remember him, Joe Frizz. I think he was called Frisbee or Frizzle or something. Then we used to have Mr. Schofield. He taught Latin. And if you were going anywhere, he used to grab, I was only a tiny little thing. And he used to grab me by my ponytail and levitate me off the ground and say, where you going, girl? Because at the time, the little ones weren't allowed on certain floors because they were for the upper 6th or the 5th or something. So if you were on that floor, you shouldn't be there, yeah. And he used to yank me by my hair and say, and he used to say, I'm lost, sir. I've got lost. It was like an E-shaped building that we were at school, and there was a downstairs and an upstairs, and I used to always be getting lost. Yeah. You're going to take a hot shower. I wish I was there, yeah. Good night, everybody. Yeah, some people make a fortune, didn't they? Like Marty Feldman did, his eyes looking in different directions. Huh. Yeah, I'm going in about a quarter of an hour. Stay on till midnight. That's 15 more minutes. And then I'm going to bed because I didn't sleep much last night, as I said before. But it's definitely 2 painkillers tonight. 2 painkillers and a good sleep. And then hope tomorrow is a nice enough day so I can peg out this shawl on the line and start something else. You drank 1,500. I'd be floating if I drank that, Enid. I'd be floating, or yeah. Oh, I can lie in, but only till about 9 or 10. It's very rare I lie until lunchtime or anything. I never used to when I lived on my own. Never did. It's only here. I think I'm sort of consciously thinking, oh, let them get their breakfast, let them feed the dogs, let them get them out of the way first, yeah, before I can get into bed. I can get out of bed. We've got a big kitchen, but there never seems to be room for 3 of us to do breakfast at the same time. I need to sleep. Probably too much sleep. My dad used to say, oh, die in bed, get out of bed. People die when they lie in bed. Oh, I hope it's not raining next week, Kaz, and I hope I get news about my scooter so I can get one with a fringe on top. Bye, Kaz. I'm really winding down. I'm really winding down now. Time to get me pills and tuck myself in bed, I think. Oh, stop bragging, Enid. It's sunny there. Oh, stop bragging. We had one nice day here. Don't know what it was. Was it Tuesday? No, not Tuesday. One day it was absolutely beautiful here. You know, it was sitting outside weather again. It was beautiful. And then it just changed again. I don't know what happened to that Indian summer. We were supposed to have that heat wave. It never happened up here. Yet people down south, you know, people like Sean are saying, oh my God, and Denise, like, oh my God, it's hot. Oh, bye, Kaz. If you haven't seen that video, Kaz, have a look at it. It's on me. It's not my video, but it's on my Facebook page. If you like hand-dyed yarn, you'll like that video. Oh my God. I'm going to go. I'm really falling asleep here. I know I said I'd go till midnight, but it's almost midnight, so you'll let me off, won't you? Right, I'm going to say good night and thank you all for keeping me company. And don't forget to have a look at that lady's video if you want to look at hand-dyed yarn. As I say, it's not my video, but it is a nice video. Okay, bye for now. Bye, everybody. Bye, Chris. Bye, everybody. Bye, Nathan, Enid, whoever's left on here. Bye for now.